welcome to Sci-Fi Fantasy Saturday. Today, we're going to undo something. We're going to unbox Undo. Now, Undo is a series of games, each with a separate, theme and kind of different storyline. However, I think they use generally some of the same mechanics. And Undo, to my knowledge, is kind of very similar to the escape room in a box craze that's been going on for, I don't know, 3-4 years now, maybe longer, where basically you take an escape room idea and put it in a box. And there's several different flavors of it. There's ones where you basically destroy the components, so it's a one-time play. There are others that are app-based that kind of help you guide it, so you can play it and then pass it on. There's other that are just card-based, or you can put the materials back together, so that's not a one-time play, but it's spoiled though. I mean, you know what the resolution is, or how to get through the resolution, or all the tricks of the trade. And I like escape rooms. I haven't been to one. My kids have all been to one, but I haven't. But I like the whole concept, and we've played a few of them. But I generally, it kind of falls into kind of one of my areas of dislike is I don't like I don't like destroying things. I don't like one-time plays. I mean, I buy a lot of board games, have a lot of board games, but I like to replay them. I like to pull them off the shelf whenever I get the feeling to play that theme or that mechanic or that or in a war game sense, and recreate that, simulate that conflict. And so legacy games and one-time play games are not high on my list. Doesn't mean they're not good games, doesn't mean you can't enjoy them, and I do, but they're just not high on my list. So why did I pick up Undo? Well, this was a bargain for me. This goes into Kilroy's bargain. So I found this at a relatively low rate, and I wanted to try this series and see what it was all about. And I think this one is where, and again, Undo, my understanding is, you're undoing something. So something has happened, like I think some of them deal with murders, or, this one, there's a bomb that's going to go off. So something bad's going to happen, and that's what you start with. And you're trying to backtrack from that. You're trying to undo it. So there's a certain amount of time travel, I guess. This one might actually find its way into my time travel playlist and into my spies playlist, my spies, sabotage, and the like type playlist. But you're kind of backtracking, and I don't know. Again, I haven't played one of these, but I've read a little bit about them and seen a little bit of discussion on them. So, and I'll probably give a little bit of discussion today. But what I just got done saying is probably the most I'm going to say, because I don't know how much of a spoiler is in this. I mean, I can't go through every card because that's going to probably spoil the fun here. So let's take a look. In the front of the box, you got 10 plus age, 45 to 90 minutes, and 2 to 6 players. You are Weavers of Fate. So there's kind of that time travel kind of thing. You are Weavers of Fate. You can pause time and jump to specific moments in a deceased person's life to reweave their threads of fate. Will you be able to change the events and thereby undo their tragic death? And so contents are 25 large cards, 60 small cards. You can see there's a bomb there. Speculate, discuss, decide. This mission leads you to Los Angeles on New Year's Eve. So, and you start off at this skyscraper, or at least one of the locations is a skyscraper in LA, unknown floor. So there you have it. So let's get inside this box and see what we can see. Again, is probably going to be very limited because this is kind of an escape room or legacy or whatever you want to call it. It's the game unfolds as you undo things. So there we have it. We have Do you have the best possible do you want to have the best possible gaming experience as a weaver of fate? Take your time to immerse yourselves in an unusual story. Yeah, there's a little bit of kind of role-playing element, RPG in this. These are somewhat of a narrative game in that you're trying to figure out what's going on. There's a lot of stuff to read over time. Don't jump to quick conclusions. Stay flexible. Work together. Some general comments there. And see, there's several in the undo universe here. These are from Pegasus Spiele. See there? Okay. And all right, I got to stop, right? So stop. These cards are pre-sorted. Do not shuffle this deck or the deck of smaller cards. Turn the cards over only when prompted to do so. You don't need to read the manual before playing. If you want to begin play, turn the card over and continue reading. So you do not read the manual. Where's the manual? I don't think there's a manual that comes with it. I think all the rules are on the cards themselves. I think it's just, you just kind of read, and it'll tell you what to go, and you'll go to card to card. So this is where we start to become very limited on how we can play this game. So you're basically going to have this. You'll flip this over, and it starts you right there. Continue reading on the next card. So these white cards at the beginning are going to be kind of your rule cards and tell you what you need to do, and then you start moving. So there's 5 rules cards, 13 story cards, 6 solution cards. Small cards consist of time cards, magnifier cards, fate cards, and clue cards. There you go there. And these are all these first, maybe these first few. They have R at the bottom, so I'm assuming these are the rules cards. And then we'll flip over this. You are now on your own. Can you undo the fate? And so there'll be some of these cards that you do there. So not a lot I can probably show here because there's end of story, because that is probably going to spoil the game there. So let's look here and see what we can tell from the small cards. And I assume that these rules cards tell you how to lay this out and how to flip this over. As I said, there's some content out there about people playing it, so I mean, beware, you're probably going to get some spoiler stuff. So there's some different backs there. Here's some different backs here. And then, yeah, this is part of that core system of when you flip these over, there's different notations like 1A and 5C and all. Those are the things that are different, or you turn to different, I think, options. And we've got some other stuff here. So there we have it. So I don't know how much of any of this I can really flip over. These look like they might have the same back. So I don't know. These might just be time cards or whole placeholders. And these all have the same kind of back, so I don't know if there's really enough there. But these are like the heart of the game. So this is going to be, just flip over for a second. That's where the text comes in, the narrative story, and some of your decisions and options and stuff like that, I believe. So that's about all I can show. So this is kind of this is a quick one. I probably rambled more at the beginning than what you would expect to see in the actual box. So there you have it. So basically, you're going to have a situation where I guess that a bomb explodes on New Year's Eve, and you're going back in time. You got 600 seconds to go back and try to undo this horrible event, and that's kind of the story here. So anyway, that's what I have for you today. Sorry for the really quick one there, but want to kind of explain some of my thoughts on legacy and one-time plays and escape room type games. They're all really good games. I mean, they're all good concepts. I mean, the games vary on how good they are. The concept is fine, and it's, if you like that kind of stuff, it's probably great. For me, I like to keep a board game, and I like to reuse a board game or replay a board game, and not I don't know, just something about destroying stuff over time or having a one-time play. Now, one thing that factors into that is price. So I got this as a bargain. This was really not expensive at all. So, for a few bucks, playing something one time, so what, right? I mean, heck, it's cheaper than cost of going to a movie. Of course, everything's cheaper than cost of going to a movie nowadays. Anyway, so I'm not really tied up too much on the economy of it, but there is somewhat of an economical factor that these games tend not to be, you know, $20, $30, $40, $50 games unless they're a series or a systems. And so they are usually, you know, in anywhere from 10, 15 bucks, so that you're not spending a ton of money to play it once. Anyway, there you have it. That's what I have for you today. Any thoughts on this of your own, whether you love or hate, or just think I'm plain crazy, and that's fair too. Just be civil about it. Anyway, take care. Thanks for watching.